Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again. It is January the 4th of 2022. I am Nicodemus Kane. And today I'm going to read Psalm 81. This is to the chief musician upon Gittith, a psalm of Asaph. Okay, my ears are popping, so I just blew my nose a little bit earlier, and my ears closed up, and I got really dizzy. So they're finally opening up again, and I feel better. So you have to give me a second. Okay, Psalm 81. Sing aloud unto God, our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Take a psalm, and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpets in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. For this was a statute for Israel, and a law of the God of Jacob. This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony, when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. I removed his shoulder from the burden, his hands were delivered from the pots. Thou calledst in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Selah. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee. O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me, there shall no strange God be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies, and turned their hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. I'm still a little sick. I didn't feel good yesterday at all. It's like I went from having the flu to having like a stomach virus, and it is entirely possible it was all the crap that I was eating last week, because Angie was sick and we weren't really eating like the best things, and I was eating out a lot. Um, I'm pretty sure that I probably picked up something somewhere. It's either that or less, like Angie said, is that, because I was getting over being sick, that it attacked the weakest part of my body, and the weakest part of my body is my stomach. Anyways, I don't know how much of this I'm going to get through again, because I just feel really run down and just tired. I just feel really, really tired. Sorry about snucking in your ears. But let's go through this again. Sing aloud unto God, our strength, make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Always make a joyful noise unto God. Take a psalm and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast days. For this was a statute for Israel, and a law of the God of Jacob, which, when you talk about the feast days and you talk about how people don't need to follow the feast days, that they can worship God in any time they want to, especially right dead smack on top of holidays that are set out for that are set out for pagan rituals. But nobody seems to want to read the book when it says that there are specific feast days that are solemn to the Lord, that are set apart for us to worship Him, to come together, to be joyous and thankful. But nobody wants to hear that. People enjoy going out and spending their money and worshiping their false idols more than just listening to the statutes, listening to the laws of God. It is what it is. This He ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. I removed his shoulder from the burden, his hands were delivered from the pots. Thou calledst in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Selah. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee. O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me, there shall no strange God be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God. If you will just hearken unto the Father, there shall be no strange God in thee, and neither shalt thou worship any strange God. All you have to do is just listen to His word. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. And He does that. That's something that was talked about. Something that I know I talked about with, it was part of that 3-hour call that I had where we talked about free will, getting water all over the place, and I just dropped my lid. That's awesome. But we were talking about free will. That if you choose not to follow the Father, then He lets you. Where'd it go? There it is. He lets you have your heart's desire. He doesn't immediately take that away from you. Is he would rather you be happy. He'd much rather you come to him and know the truth and be righteous and be faithful. But if you choose not to, then he will let you have your heart's desire. He will let you stray. And he will wait for you. He will wait for you to come back. And if you don't come back, then he will be sad. You know, he gave you the choice. He can't force you to do something you don't want to do. Because if he were to force you to do what he wanted you to do, I mean, really force you to do it, then he wouldn't be any better than the devil. He really wouldn't. He would be everything that the devil accused him to be. Just another, lone dictator. You have to make that choice for yourself to come to the Father, to be better, to clean up your act, clean up your life. And it's there. And if you don't want to come, and if you don't want to be a part of that, then he says, fine, that's entirely up to you. But that door is always there. That option is always there. You can always come back to the Father, ask him for forgiveness, ask him to change your heart, and then he will take you back in. It's the story of the prodigal son, where he is always willing to take you back, because he would rather you find the truth through whatever means you have to, instead of forcing you to be something you're not. And a lot of people don't believe that. A lot of people think that everything in the Bible, that people that believe it, all it is force. And it's not. That's not the way it's meant to be. Organized religion, now they will force you to do a million different things, but that's not what the book says. That's absolutely not what the book says at all. There is nothing in this book that tells me that I have to go out and treat people like total dog crap because they choose not to listen. That's quite the contrary. I have to tell you that you're heading down a path of destruction if you follow that way. That there is a lie in this world, and you should at least understand that it will lead you to destruction. You should at least understand that the people of this world, those that want to hurt you, that want to destroy you, that want to maim you and kill you, that they're not out for your best interests. They never were. But if you don't want to hear that, then that's fine. You can go right ahead and live your life. I can't stop you. God's not going to stop you. He wants you to see it, but he's not going to stop you. It's not like these other people out there that they want to go out to the street corners, and they want to tell you how bad of a person you are because you choose to live your life a certain way. I'm not going to tell you that you're a bad person. I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. This world has lied to you. And there's nothing down that road. There's really nothing down that road. Just more of the same. Just more confusion and nonsense. And for anyone that wants to follow the path of this world, you know, you you're going to get those temporary pleasures, but it's never going to fulfill you. It's never going to be a thing that you're gonna look back and you're gonna think this is something that really fulfilled me. It'll give you just those temporary pleasures, and I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sure people understand. So I gave them the heart. Okay. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies, and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheats, and the honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. Well, anyways, yeah, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling too good at all. It just seems like we went from one sickness to another, almost like back to back, and I'm starting to wonder if I should just take the day off. I don't want to. Take the day off. I can't just, take a day off every time I get sick. But I don't know. I might. But I was able to get up enough strength to be able to come down here and record this. So hopefully you got something out of it. I did wind up watching a lot of that, you know, America's Egypt stuff that I was talking about yesterday. Reminded me, what a lot of it was. What was the channel? UBTV, I think it's what it is. It's still on YouTube. I wound up watching the video about the Tower of Babel in America again, which I kind of hinted at yesterday. It's There's definitely a lot more there than I remembered. It's There's definitely a lot more there than I remembered. So it was good to come back to check it out. Um, I don't know, stuff you guys can check out for yourselves if you wish. It's like I said, it's out there. Um, I know that some people may not agree with it because there seem to be several different conflicting ideals about the history of the world. Um, and especially if you look into it, it's a lot of conflicting information. But at the same time, if you step back from it and put it all together, if you put it together that America could be a second Egypt, that America could be this land of the plumed serpent, if you could talk about how the Israelites could have fled to America, um, if you could talk about Tartaria, even Tartaria fits into this. All of this stuff, the mud floods, everything. You can start shaping that narrative, and it fits. It's not going to be perfect, but it fits in this way that, I mean, the first thing you have to do more than anything is you have to come at it you have to come at it with a completely open and fresh mind. Is that you have to come at it from the understanding that you have to start with a blank slate. You have to completely blank slate everything you know and start over fresh and try to fit the pieces in. And it's hard to do. It's very hard to do. But it is possible. And it definitely makes a lot more sense from that standpoint of starting fresh and then adding all these pieces in than what we've been told. Because some of the things we've been told about America just don't they don't even jive with the stuff that we are told just on a on the basic level of what the story is, what the official story is. Yeah, because even as a conspiracy theorist, how can you say that all of these Freemasons were doing any good for the country when they supposedly formed, the United States? You know, it's either they're, it's either they, you have to go down that route of they're lying and that they weren't really Freemasons, or that they created America specifically to fail. I mean, and I don't buy in either one of those now. I'm actually of the opinion at this point that they took this country from the people that used to be here. That there used to be something here, some country that was here, and the Revolutionary War wasn't a revolutionary war. It was a takeover. It was a takeover of a country that they came in and they called it a Revolutionary War. And they made everybody think that they kept everybody in power. But all they did was just change the government. I don't know. I don't know. Again, that's all theories. That's one of these days I'll sit down and I'll talk about that stuff. Not today though. Um, getting sick to my stomach again, so I should probably just call in. I should probably just take the day off. Uh, Maybe I can be better for tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for coming around and listening to this. Wish I could be in better spirits, but I'm just consistently, I just consistently feel sick, man. We were getting better. We were getting better. Angie's better. She's moving around. She's doing all right. But I am. It just hit me, just a wave of nausea yesterday, and you know, I thought I was doing fine last night, and I ate a bowl of soup. I had a bowl of soup and Sprite. That's the white man's cure for SARS, and I wound up throwing it up, and just my whole body just now feels just not good. So, we'll see what I do. All right, you guys take it easy. I shall talk to you guys later. I need to do some. I need to do a video talking about some of my understandings of America. Yeah, because like I said, if you take it all and put it all together, and then just kind of fit the pieces in, it kind of makes sense to a point. But all right, you guys take care. God bless y'all. Um, I know there's a lot of people getting sick right now. Just pray for healing. Pray for healing for everybody. And I don't know what else to say. All right, you guys take care.